Welcome to the Mother-Daughter-ish podcast.
Your mama's favorite podcast.
And the podcast your daughter always wanted.
Let's talk about it. I gotta admit, mother and daughter are always greater when they're together. Everything's better. Mother and daughter, oh, they're the greatest duo. Mother and daughter, oh, they're the greatest duo.
Do you experience issues or any sleep disorders? What about PMS? Any chronic joint pain relief needed? Or migraine relief needed? Well, don't panic, it's organic, baby! Certified Hip Hut is a natural path to good health. Stop by and let us cook you a great meal in-house or to go. Also, please keep in mind, when you visit Certified Hip Hut's location and make an in-house purchase, you will receive a variety of samples to try out. Everyone loves samples, I know I do. Come check us out at our location. We're at 3422 Farm to Market 2920, and that's in Spring, Texas 77388. Have you been looking for the right bags and accessories to go with your perfect summer or fall outfits like me? Visit the Brigati Collections website. You won't be disappointed. The Brigati Collection not only carries vegan leather, but they also carry 100% genuine leather as well. All leather goods to include vegan are limited edition, meaning limited quantity of styles and colors to produce, which are about less than 50, so it will be first come, first serve. The website is www.burgatticollection.com. That's B as in boy, ORGOTTI collection.com. There are over 75 products to choose from, so go ahead and head on over to their website and please make sure you take advantage of your chance to sign up and win a gift. I personally came across a few sunglasses and crossbodies I'm going to have to cop soon, so I hope you do the same and notice that there's free shipping always. And we didn't forget about you fellas either now. Make sure you check out their unisex aviators and bags as well.
Today we're going to be talking about women love powers. I was watching Pastor R.C. Blake's, and he was interviewing this young lady about feminine powers. And she had mentioned on there, check out a quiz called the 13 Feminine Seduction Archetypes, and it was a quiz, and I like taking quizzes. What about you? And when I say quizzes, I'm not talking about the ones we used to have to do for a grade in school.
No, I know. I've done a personality quiz. I've done a life path quiz.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the main ones I've done.
Did you learn some things about yourself that you're like, yep, that's me?
Yeah.
I felt like this with this one too.
Yeah, the life path one for sure, and the personality one. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I tell you what, first thing we want to definitely do is to thank our sponsors, Certified Hemp Hut and the Brigati Collection. We hope that you visit their websites and see what they've got going on or visit their locations. But today we're going to be talking about this quiz that we took. And again, I like any kind of quiz that's not attached to a grade.
Right.
And the reason why I like a quiz that's not attached to a grade, because I feel like I learn more through that than the pressure of you better make an A or whatever the grade is that you're looking for me to make. So again, this quiz, if you're looking for it online, there is no cost for it or anything. It's called the 13 Feminine Seduction Archetypes. It is a trademarked company, and it's a quiz for women love power. I just thought it was very interesting, and I looked at some of the testimonials from people that had taken it, and it was very positive. I had no idea when I got into it that it was going to be as long as it was, but the girl did say on the on R.C. Blake's Pastor R.C. Blake's show, she did say beware that, you know, the quiz was not going to be a quick quiz, that be prepared to spend some time with it. So I did it when I definitely had some time to do it. And they have some other quizzes on there too. They've got some 5 laws of feminine power. They've got a lot of things going on this site, but we took the quiz. So how'd you feel about it? I know it took you a while to do it because you were just kind of like, okay, you know, because you probably like me, you have to be focused to do stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't take me that long to do the quiz. It was like 149, 150 questions.
Okay. When you were doing it, did you like, okay, hurry up, or were you
no,
like, oh,
it was
is
interesting,
cool.
Yeah, because I was interested to see what my results are gonna be.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was excited too, because I thought, I didn't know what I really thought. What archetype did you get?
I got the. It was, let me see, the seductive.
Oh, and by the way, when you take the quiz, they're gonna don't leave off of the page. It's gonna give you your results right then, and they give you a whole report on what your archetype is, what all of these things are, what percentile you're in. Like for instance, based on the premise, the lover archetype is the one that I am, which represents a woman with a connection to her feminine energy. So I thought that was like, yeah, you're right on this. I got 70% on that one, which was a really high one.
My highest one was the mother, and right after that was the lover.
Your highest one? What was your mother one? What was your percentage on that one?
82.86.
Hilarious. Okay, go through yours, through your percentage categories, and then I'm going to go through mine. See, this is exciting already.
You mean like tell you what percentage I got all of them?
On all of them, Like
Okay.
start from your top one and go to your bottom, and then tell us the percentage.
The lover is 80.95.
Oh, you got higher than me.
The huntress is 74.29.
You got higher than me.
The maiden is 75.24.
I beat you.
The mother is 82.86.
And you know why I got the maiden more? Because I'm more of an old traditional maid, whereas you're more contemporary. Okay, go ahead.
The mystic is 73.33.
What was your mother one?
82.86.
You beat me on that one,
The queen is 59.05.
Okay, wait. Go back to mystic.
Mm-hmm.
What was that one?
73.33.
I beat you on that one. Go ahead.
The queen is 59.05.
Yeah.
And the sage was 79.05.
Wow, it's amazing to me how we got a lot of the same, in the same vicinity of the number. Okay, so on mine, I got 3 stars by the lover, which is 74.29%. The huntress is 64.76%. The maiden, which I know I got a lot of maiden in me, 79.5. And then the mother was 70.40. The mystic was 78.1. The queen, which is my favorite, is 80%. And then the sage is 84.76. The reason why I thought this quiz was so interesting is because when you answer certain questions, at least this is how it works for me. You tell me how it works for you. But when I answer questions like this for quizzes, I'm going to be straight up honest. Like, even if it's not a popular thing to say, I'm going to be honest because I want to know what their algorithm is telling me that they think I'm thinking, or the person that I am. I wasn't surprised at all when I saw this thing here about the queen being 80%, because I told somebody this as a joke, but then I thought, well, maybe it's not a joke. I said, I believe in my other life I had to be the queen of something. I just feel like there's a royalty in me somewhere, somehow. And because I love all of these royalty shows like Reign and The Queen and all of these things, it does something to me. Like, it invigorates me. It's not just a show for me to watch. It's more like, oh, I relate to what they're talking about. What about you? As far as your percentages, which one were you like, yeah, that's me for sure?
It says that I'm the siren. That's the one that I knew. Like, it says the siren. If your dominant archetype is the lover, and every other score is below 70%. Elizabeth Taylor and Mae West are 2 legendary sirens.
So was that your number one with siren? Because that one did have Mae West, Elizabeth Taylor, and
no, mine was the mother.
Oh, your number one. Okay, your highest percentage was the lover, right? Which is under which category, though?
It says the sensualist. If your dominant archetype is the lover and your second highest score is the mother, Sophia Loren and Sophia Vergara, the one you like, are both tantalizing
both
sensualists. Yeah, mine is more saying like I'm more of the seductive sensualist.
What do you
type.
think about that, in your opinion? Since you know you,
That's
is that right?
100% true. Yep.
Wow. Okay, so when you look at my percentages,
did it tell you how? Oh, so you got 558 points out of 735. I got 551.
So then what category do I fit under?
The most, go down a little bit. The sage is the one that's the highest.
Where's sage at?
The bottom right here.
84.7. And so under sage,
let me see what it say about
let's
the sage.
see who our sage, because I read this before, but I was like,
if your dominant archetype is the lover,
okay, so
your highest score is the sage. Jacqueline Kennedy and Diana Ross are also right where you at.
Yep, right here. Famous examples is Jacqueline Kennedy, Carla Bruni. Yep, I know who that is. And then Catherine Deneuve.
Deneuve?
Oh, I don't
Also
know, but I gotta
Diana
Google
Ross.
her. Oh, and hey, where you see Diana Ross at?
On the results.
Oh,
like
okay.
what each one means.
I just think it's very, very interesting. Like I said, it's called the 13 feminine archetypes, and I just thought that it was very interesting. I think that it'd be fun to do like with your friends, just so that you could have. But I like quizzes like this. I like little things that you can kind of fill out. Like for instance, you said you did a personality test, and what else?
And a life path. Like so, I got to know what my life
Was that in
path
school?
number. No, I did it last summer. Actually, I did both
Oh.
of those last summer.
Okay,
Because
they
me and
do
my
that in
friend
school,
found
too.
out we were both on life path number 7.
Oh, okay. That's pretty interesting. I know I've done not only those that you're talking about, then I did this one, but I also did one when we were, like when we were doing mission trips for church. I did one that talked about your spiritual path, and it told you what your spiritual gifts and things like that were. That one was interesting too. That one was
I
a
need
quiz.
to find that one.
Yeah, that one. And you can look. I'm gonna tell you something. Any of these quizzes, you can find them actually online because they want people to take these quizzes because it gives them, good numbers. But also sometimes they use these quizzes as like a beta to kind of test it out if they're trying to do something bigger. So I'm just like, okay, well, if I like the quiz and I like the questions that they're asking, then I'll participate in it. Were there any questions that you thought were just like you didn't know how to answer it and you kind of did the middle one, like I'm halfway this, I'm halfway that?
Probably like maybe 10, 15 of them because
Really?
it was really like I don't lean to
You were
one
like,
of them.
I could take it either way, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know on one of them where they asked you, it said something like, I am more inclined to do whatever it is that my man wants to do, forsaking what I want. And I was like,
Yeah.
I don't mind, because I thought about it. Well, like, if he's a guy who really likes sports and I literally do not like sports, like, at all, I probably once a month could participate, but it just would not be a regular thing. So that one, I was just kind of like, I'm not a no on it, but I'm also not a let's do this all the time girl either, because I will stand up for myself. So that one I was just kind of like on. And then there was a question about what your dream house looked like, and it asked like 3 questions about that. And I was just like, but I could just take either one of those ideas. Yeah, I want to be up in a mountain, but yeah, I also like being on the beach, but then I also like being in a house behind the trees where nobody can see me. So
Exactly. And then they had one about if you think marriage should always result in having kids or something like that. I said never.
You know what?
Because it was never or definitely you can choose. Like,
Exactly. But you know what? When I saw that question, I thought to myself, this is either a no or a yes. This is no in between.
Yeah.
Because you either believe that or you actually don't. So I put on
some
there,
questions were
never
hard.
would I believe that, because the reason why also I wouldn't answer that as a yes or definitely is because what if you get married and you're both 55 or 60 or 70 years old? You're not saying, well, we're not going to marry each other because we're not having babies. Like, but I understood the question, because if somebody had been 25 and they'd answer, yeah, like, I'm not marrying you if we're not having kids, then that tells them something about them. Like, I read something yesterday that came across on Instagram, and it said, it was a voice post. It wasn't just words, but it said, never date anyone that you don't intend to marry, because it's just not enough time to just be wasting time with people. Be with people who match your energies and stuff. And I was like, if you're a certain age, yes, you believe that. But if you're 20 years old and you're living your best life, that is not the quote for you, possibly.
Exactly. I saw something on Twitter about that 2 days ago. They was like, some people want to date to marry. And I used to be like that. But then also, like, if you're that type of person that's just learn how to live in the moment, you're taking that as, living in the moment and just riding the wave and see how it go.
So the lady that put this quiz together for these 13 feminine archetypes, her name is Aisha Faines, and it's
Aisha.
spelled, you saying that's Aisha?
That looks like Aisha.
Okay. So it's Ayesha, Faines, Faines. And she's been featured in all kinds of places, but she's the person who put this quiz together. And I just want to say to Miss Aisha, or Aisha Faines, that I just thought this was very unique. I can't wait to dive into some of your other quizzes, especially the 5 laws of feminine power. I really want to see what that's all about. I think that'll be very interesting. But again, what I like about this quiz, and I hope I say this right so that it doesn't sound weird, but they weren't lazy. They sent you a nice report. They broke it down. They gave you some examples of people that you could either relate to, or you could go and Google them to see if you relate to them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm
Some
old
of it
enough
short
to
and
have
sweet.
known all of these people that they listed on there, except that Carla Bruni. I think I know who she is, but I got to look her up. I think she dated somebody that comes to mind. But it's like, I like the fact that they weren't lazy to say, okay, well, this is who you are, whatever. It literally broke it down and explained what it was, because I used to and look, when I saw the thing say siren, I started thinking about the movie Siren. And I was like, well, wait a minute now. What are you trying to say? Like, to me, when I think of siren, I think of a seductress. Somebody who seduces.
Because those siren mermaids they do sing and make that sound to seduce you in the water.
Their brain, though, like makes them, can do anything that they want them to do. So when I saw siren, I was like, oh my gosh, I hope I don't.
That was the first thing that popped up on my result.
Siren?
Yeah.
Well, so you're a seductress. Is that how much percent out of 1 in 10 is that true?
Let me see what it says.
I thought it was funny on mine, number 2, that it said huntress, because in my outer body thoughts, I want to think that I can hunt and find anything that I want, and that I can have anything that I want, right? But in my inner mind, I want to think, well, I'm the woman, I should be hunted and not be the hunter. So I have a conflict with my two minds, my outer body mind and my inner body mind. And I'm just saying my spirit, and then with my actual physical mind, I have a conflict with that, because I also have this thought process that, well, if I don't let somebody know that, hey, I'm over here and I exist, then how will you ever know? So that huntress part that it said on there, that 70-some%, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to go with it, because it's actually true. So when I want something, I will go after it. I will go all in for it to make sure that I have it. I can tell you right now, if my favorite cousin was still alive today, she would tell you, girl, when your mama was in her 20s, she would tell you she could have anything and anybody she want.
I can believe that.
And I used to say that too, and I would prove it to her. I would say, oh, if I want that, I can have it. And she would say, well, she would always ask me, why do you say that? What makes you think you can have anything you want? And I say, because I can. So I've been like that since I was a teenager, that I felt like if I wanted something, I could have it. And here's the good thing. I wasn't afraid to work for it. I wasn't afraid to ask for it. I wasn't afraid to go find out more about it. I wasn't afraid to just be present for it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm just saying that confidence is just something I've always had, as far as like thinking I can have anything I want. Just like when we decided we were going to do this show. Did I play? No, I came with the heat. I came in, what's that song, coming in hot? I came in hot with the, here's what we can do to make, the show what we want. But was there anything on there that shocked you a little bit?
Honestly, no.
I'm actually shocked about something.
What?
How did you get a higher percentage in mothering than me?
And I don't even want no kids.
That's what I'm saying. I was like,
well, because a lot of the questions had something to do with like people looking at me as being nurturing, or
other kids.
Not even that, just there's another question about friends that come to me for advice or call me nurturing, or
are you that friend, or you have a friend like that?
No, I'm that friend.
You're the one that they call.
Or I'm the one that they feel comfortable talking, like
telling secrets and different stuff too.
Yeah. But another one was like kids being naturally drawn to you. Yeah. That one.
I have a lot of when I
did you put that?
No, I got an 80% in it. You got higher than me.
No, like on that question, did you put never, middle, or
on what?
Definitely?
On which question?
The one where they said, are kids naturally drawn to you?
I was in the middle, and the reason this is what I was about to tell you why. Prior to the age of, I would say prior to the age of 40, I really, 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 really loved little kids and babies and everything. But after y'all started getting older, and my mind started to change, and I was like, okay, now my kids are adults, we can go into a different phase. I don't have to be as protective. I don't have to be as warning. I don't have to be as helicopter type, not really, but type. I started to change, whereas because I didn't have any little kids anymore, my mind frame went more toward now thinking of you guys as adults, because I didn't want to treat y'all like little babies. So I noticed that once my mind changed about how I react to children, they changed how they react to me. So
that's because they feed off energy.
They're never afraid of me. They will allow me to hold them without crying, but I'm not the type, like I heard you say something on the phone the other day, and I was like, yeah, I'm not there anymore. I used to be there. You said something like, oh, hey, I see that you got your skin. And I was just like,
Oh, when I was on the phone talking to the baby?
Yeah, because basically, unfortunately, because I don't have any grandkids too, I don't do children anymore. Like, if they're little, I don't do children anymore, only because my kids are now grown. So I'm just like focused on grown adults. That's where my mind is focused. I'm not like, if somebody called me and asked me to babysit, I'd have to say no immediately. When I say immediately, I'm talking about immediately no.
I'm like that too, unless I just really have nothing to do, then I'll just, take that little change they pay me to watch their kid.
Now, I know it's going to change after I have grandkids, because then I'll have a grandkid that I can say, wow,
with your other 3 kids?
Well, whoever. Look, I'm trying to see who's going to be first, but y'all can all take your times and wait till you're in your 40s or 50s, whatever you want to do. But I'm just saying, I know that my mind will change then, but I just feel like, for me, I like to move on with whatever phase I am in life and not keep going back to the old stuff. So on that one, I had to pick the middle one because I'm not that person anymore.
Yeah, every baby I come across, they stare at me like I'm a ghost. They don't even blink.
Yeah, they do.
And then, like, when I come down the stairs and say hey to the baby or whatever, he literally stops what he doing, looks at me. I'll go in the kitchen. He'll turn his neck all the way around. He'll follow me everywhere I'm walking.
Wow.
But I get that from every baby.
There was another question on there that I thought was interesting, and of course you put, I put absolutely never, that would work for me. But it said on there that you would be okay with your husband just coming and going, and you don't need that much attention or something. And I was like, yeah, absolutely not. That's not a relationship to me. That's a roommate situation.
Oh, and there's another one about him being at work all the time.
Yeah, as long as you get your attention or something. What'd you put for that one?
I can't remember how it was worded.
See, I'm a workhorse. So if he's also a workaholic, I would be okay, and we would just have the conversation on where our common ground would be. Because I am the age that I am, I would really, really prefer to be with someone who's now on the same edge of me, which is like retired or retiring or doing what they're doing because they absolutely love it so much that whether they got paid for it or not, it didn't matter, because they don't have little kids to take care of anymore. They don't have, school to pay for. They don't have school clothes and all that stuff to pay for. So you go into different phases where you don't have so much responsibility like you did when you're in your 20s and 30s. So I would really prefer someone who's on the edge of saying, you know what, I've done everything professionally that I wanted to do. Now it's time for me to travel with my wife and have a great time for the last whatever years we have on this earth. So that's where my mindset is now with a guy. That's why I know I could not be with anybody my age, because a man my age at 49, a man my age is still hustling. He's still trying to get his business to go right. He's still trying to save up his money to buy his dream house. He's still trying to maybe even have a baby. You know what I'm saying? So that would never work for me at this phase in my life. So I'm hoping I'll find somebody who's on the edge of retiring and that just wants to travel and have fun and sit around and cook and stare at each other,
staring at each other.
Yeah, just stare at each other like, wow,
sounds a little tantric.
Like, yeah, how did I get you? Yeah.
I had matched with this guy on Facebook dating not too long ago, and if it wasn't for him being dry and short and barely having a sentence to say in each text message.
So wait a minute. We got to back up because you just threw my brain for like a sea salt. Okay, so a somersault. You threw me all in the water. So you said dry, as in his conversation was just like he was holding.
Like,
the phone?
you know how you force conversations with people through text message or just talking period, and they can't even say 3-word sentences. You can't even make up a whole sentence and talk.
Dry.
Yeah.
And then short, as in how tall? Because I'm 5'4".
No, short. I mean like short.
Like quick with you, like
wording. Yeah.
Like you ask a question, they just go, yeah. They don't try to elaborate.
I'm not finna be the only one sitting in a paragraph and talking.
Was he introverted or something? You think? Because people.
I don't know, but he had more to say in his bio than he ever said in these messages alone. But anyway, what I was saying is that's the first guy I've ever. I wouldn't even say connected because we didn't connect, but. That's the first guy I've ever really started talking to that also didn't want kids or didn't have a desire to have one. So we had talked about that. He's 33.
Oh, he's young.
Yeah.
But your brother used to say that, and your brother's only 28, 6, 7, something. 26. Let me get it right. Your brother's only 26 years old, and he has said since he was 16 that he did not want kids because he didn't want that responsibility. He didn't want the responsibility of another person's life. Now that he's engaged, it may be a different conversation. I don't know. Because if you engage with someone who wants kids, there has to be a different conversation if I say yes, right? Or no?
See, I don't know what the conversations were before.
No, I'm saying you. So. Example for you. If you didn't want kids, but then I'm about to ask you to marry me and I do want kids, do we have a conversation about that and say either it's a no or a yes? Because if I want kids and you don't, then I'm not marrying you. Because you don't even want adopted or anything. I'm saying you don't want to be around kids, period. So I'm not marrying you. Would there be a different conversation, or would you let me go?
The only reason why, because I'm single right now, and I've been single a little over a year. So when people ask me why I don't want kids or not even thinking about it, I just tell them, like, the lifestyle I'm trying to build for myself don't include kids. So.
Oh, okay. And I can understand that, because one thing I keep saying to people, especially really, really selfish people, you know, it's probably a good idea if you don't have kids, because kids take up everything from you. They need things. They're going to come first. And if you like putting yourself first, it's not a good idea to
and I'm only just starting to put myself first, because I didn't
right.
And
so that's a big deal too, when you're getting to know yourself. But you know what I was thinking when you just said about that dating app? I don't know which one it was on. We're not gonna mention it, but you know, maybe the dating apps, do they take y'all through quizzes to match y'all? How do they know to match you? By face or by your bio? How do you get matched?
Well, when you set up your stuff, typically when you set up your profile, they ask you what you're looking for, like if they have to have kids, if you prefer that they don't have kids, their religion, what height you prefer. All of them don't ask for race, but some of them you can set your settings to where you can just choose
you could choose
certain
a race.
There's only one app that I've used so far.
So if you choose a race, that means they're not connecting you with nobody else.
Correct. Unless they're one race and put in their profile that they're another to appear in the line of, you know, other people.
So on the different 13 archetypes, we have the lover, we have the sage, you have the mystic, you have the queen, the mother, the maiden, and the huntress. Those are the 13 options there. What did it pretty much say for, like, for example, pick one and tell them, kind of break it down what it kind of says for each one of them. I just thought it was funny that I did get the maiden one, because I do have a lot of maiden, old-fashioned-y, farm girl type of ways. I mean, and I'll be just really honest with you. If I did live on a farm where all we did was take care of animals and raise squash, I'd be so happy. I'd be as happy as a bug in a rug. That would not bother me at all to never see the city.
Yeah, I'm 50-50. I think it's because when I left this city to move to another one, I didn't realize how easy I adapted. So I could say I could be totally comfortable in the country, and I can be totally comfortable in the city. So either way. So they pair the sage as the sophisticated lover. The huntress is also a dominant archetype along with the lover. So they pair. Yeah,
because it says the lover is a dominant archetype, which is naturally
the huntress.
Seductive.
They say Erykah Badu.
Really?
Yeah.
It says that they're naturally, not like that, naturally seductive, and they're governed by their feminine energy. So, okay.
Erykah Badu and Coco Chanel.
Yeah, we don't know her, but we've heard things about her, so that kind of matches, right?
Yeah, the mystic.
I don't know. I think one thing too, I like the way she breaks these down, because a lot of people will hear the word seduction and they think that you're using magic or trickery. And it's not really about that, because I'm going to be honest with you. I have literally seen not just pictures, but I've literally seen people face to face that they just have a magnetism to them, where you are just naturally drawn to want to stare at them or want to know more about them, or they just naturally have it. And for me, it's always in the eyes.
That's what I was about to say.
And around the mouth and nose area that just draws you in. Before you even look at any other part of their body, their hair, what their ears look like, their hands, their feet, before you even get to any part, there's just something in the eye, nose, and mouth area that just says yes or no. Because I know me, I'm drawn to a nice smile. A nice smile on a man.
I look at your eyes, your smiles, then I'll look at your fingernails, and then I'm gonna look at your feet. Not like your feet, but like what kind of shoes you got on or whatever. But hands for sure are important to me, because
no dirty oil nails.
Yeah, they need to be cut down. But I know a lot of guys prefer to have them long. But
ew.
I just noticed last week that when I talk to my guy friends in person, it's like they feel uncomfortable looking at me in my eyes when I'm talking to you.
Well, you know,
they feel like I don't know.
Little sidebar joke. Wendy Williams says, don't look them in the eyes. Wendy Williams said, don't look nobody in the eyes that you don't want to have around for a long time, because you'll fall in love with them. She says that as a joke all the time.
But I'd be like, I'm having a conversation. Like, I was in the car with my friend the other day. We
And
having
they
a
looking at your
conversation,
ear.
or they'll just look off and talk, and I'm like, I'm looking. And I was with another friend the other week before, and
Yeah,
noticed
when
the
you don't
same
look people in
thing.
the eyes, it also, talks a little bit about dishonesty and things like that too. So, Well, it says, as far as in
'Cause they know I could
society,
probably
we
see
have
right
a lot
through
of
it, too.
people that are like the mother, the maiden, the queen, the huntress, the sage, the mystic, and lover. But mother and maiden.
Marilyn Monroe.
Okay, cool. What is she? Because you like her.
The maiden is Marilyn Monroe.
In other words, they were sexy women and seductress, but they still have a motherly, maiden, old-fashioned quality. Now that I could see with even Rihanna, yeah. I could see that with Rihanna, that, she has one persona in the public and one persona. Now this one right here, where it says, this one, can you see that?
The coquette.
The coquette, and it says the secret weapon. It says your emotional distance drives men to extremes. Those women would be considered like Marlene Dietrich, Josephine Bonaparte, and Serena Williams. Interesting. The enigma, it says the enigma, the secret weapon. Okay, it keeps disappearing. The secret weapon is your deep introversion and soulfulness and your magnetism. Okay. And that's like Greta Garbo, Frida. Oh, wow. And Kate Bush. Okay, interesting. Then you have the Empress. Anyway, I do suggest that just for fun, take the quiz. Just for fun. Ask your friends to take the quiz. Again, the quiz is free. I'll go ahead and warn you, because nobody warned me, and I didn't warn you. I did tell you it was long, but I didn't tell you how many questions because I couldn't remember. But it is called the 13. Just go to Google and type in the 13 Feminine Seduction Archetypes quiz, and it is the only quiz that's on there that's this precise and that has this much information to put in there. And I will give you a warning, even though it tells you that it's going to email you your results. When you put your email in and you start taking the quiz, do not get off of the page when it says you're finished with the quiz. Do not leave the page. Just scroll all the way down, and then you're going to see all of your results. And I say at that point, you can either cut and paste your results or print it out or whatever if you want to go back. Because let me give you this little secret. If you don't do that, you have to answer the 144 questions all over again.
Yeah, we'll try to put the link in the description so you can just click on the quiz through there.
Let's put the link in the description, and then also tag Miss Aisha Faines. Anything else you want to say about the quiz? How it made you feel? If you felt like it was worth it? I thought it would be fun. I know it took you a while to do it because you're just like, okay, let me get this done.
I think it took like 10 minutes. It didn't take long.
Yeah. I think it might have took me about 10 minutes because one thing I had agreed with myself when I sat down to take it is that I was going to be absolutely honest. I was not going to lie about not one, even if it wasn't
That'd
a popular
be pointless
answer.
to take the quiz. Yeah, if you.
But people do that because they want to see what the best results. I've seen people do it on personality quizzes. When they ask them, personality tests, and because they want to seem like they're a good person or a better person than what they are, they will lie on there. I've seen it. I have seen them do that on so many personality tests. I mean, I've had the one that's very, very expensive to take that jobs usually do to put you in positions. I've seen people lie on that test just to get a higher job position or whatever, and those you should never lie on because they're really relying on whatever your results are to actually put you in that position. So I don't suggest for people to lie on the quizzes. Maybe if you take them, you be honest, and just maybe if you don't like it, you don't show it to anybody. So anyway, it's for women to learn about their love power. And again, I found out about this looking at one of our Pastor R.C. Blake's YouTube videos that he was just talking about how to use our powers and how women use their powers to be able to, get whatever it is that they want or manage their lives and things. And he had a young lady on there that was talking about it. I wish I would have remembered her name because I would love to have given her a shout out as well, because this is what she does in the feminine energy and the feminine women space here on YouTube. There's a lot of people, by the way, if you want to dig even deeper into it, there are a lot of ladies on YouTube that are talking about femininity. I'll tell you one I really like that I was telling you about last week, Karina Lude. Very, very interesting young lady. She talks about a lot. She'll even break things down to you just like in this quiz, but her name is Karine. It's Karine, and then the last name is Orlude, but it's with an O. And very, very nice, page. And I think it's something called like the Friendship Circle or something like that. But she really breaks down a lot. She's broken down Gone with the Wind. She's broken down all kinds of movies. She broke down the Marilyn Monroe movie, was it Blondes Have More Fun or something. She broke down so many movies that I just was like, that's the same thing I got out of the movie. Or I would say, wow, like, hey, I confess, I've never seen Gone with the Wind. But the first part of the movie where he says, you need to be kissed, and you need to be kissed often. And then he says, but I'm not going to kiss you. I was just like, what? So that's my favorite part, but I've never seen the whole movie. But that clip, it goes around the webs, all the time. So, well, we definitely want you to stay attached to what we're doing, because we're just going to be doing all kinds of crazy, wild things, talking about all kinds of really, really, really fun topics and visiting many places. We hope that you have seen our Saturday shows, right? Mm-hmm. We've been having some fun.
Yeah, we're about to have even more fun.
We're about to have even more fun. But out of everything that we've done this far, if you are forced to pick one that we've already done now, that we've already put up on YouTube.
Fuji tea.
Before you even ask me. Can I finish this? So Fuji tea was your favorite.
Look, I'm intuitive. I know what she's going to say. I would say Fuji tea because I'm glad I did not get the same flavor, because I get too comfortable. But yeah,
try something new. That's why I didn't get the same with it, because I was so inclined when I walked in. I was like, I already know what I'm getting. I'm good to go.
I would have said two hands, but I ain't have no beef in mind, so
that
kind
of. Your problem. Well, I'm gonna say that my favorite one thus far is going to have to be Buc-ee's. The reason I'm going to choose Buc-ee's is because for some reason every time I go there, I just love it. I like that it's a Texas staple. I just really enjoyed it. All of the other ones I absolutely love that we went, because if we didn't, we wouldn't have gone.
Yeah.
But you just stay tuned to what we're getting ready to do. And October is going to be all the way off the Richter scale, because we are literally, I guess we can go ahead and share this little secret with them, huh?
Are we going to be booked and busy?
We are going to not just be booked and busy, even though I hate that term, but we are going to be posting every single day that we're there, showing you what we're doing, showing you who we're connecting with, showing you our event. We're not going to show you the whole event because you got to pay to be at the event, but we're going to be just showing you some of the people that we've met in Cali. I've got friends there. You've got friends there, right? You've got some people you're already connecting with to say, hey, get with me or whatever. And the fun thing about that is that we'll get a chance to show you something every day. So we're going to be posting videos every single day that we're going to be in Cali. We're going to be showing you just how much fun we're having. But it's not just about fun. We are really making a point of networking. Again, guys, we're trying to build a community here of 1 million women. You know how much work it's going to take to put in to make that happen? We're ready for the job. Right? You understand the assignment?
Yes.
I understand the assignment. So we're good. All right. Until next time, we are going to ask you to please subscribe to the show. Tell your friends. Tell every woman on the planet that you know about Mother-Daughter-ish. If you don't get a chance to see our YouTube videos, we hope that at least when you're in the car, you maybe listen to us on iTunes or iHeart or Spotify or something like that. But we do want you to make sure you ring that notification bell so you'll know when we're going on. But then again, in October, when we're in Costa Mesa, California, we're going to be going live some days. We're going to be posting every day. We're going to be showing you little clips behind the scenes. All kinds of little fun. So definitely stay tuned. And bye for now.
Bye.
Hey, it's Miss Dawn. You're wondering how you can support our show, Mother-Daughter-ish? We have Cash App, we have PayPal, and we do have Vimeo. Support our show so that we can reach out to more women. Our goal is to reach and build a community of 1 million women. Why don't you come on and help us do that? Do you want to start and run your own tax-exempt, nonprofit, fundable organization? Let me show you how. Let me show you how to start it, run it, and keep it funded. Have you ever wondered how over 91 U.S. billion-dollar earning companies pay zero in taxes? I'm speaking of companies such as Amazon, FedEx, Starbucks, and Delta Airlines. Are you ready to do what fills you with joy? Would you like to be paid to make a big impact in the world? You've often heard the saying, be the difference you want to see in the world. Yes, that can be you. Don't hate the players, just learn the rules and master the game. Contact me today for your 15-minute complimentary consultation. Let me show you where the funding is and how you can receive it. My name is Miss Dawn. I live in Katy, Texas, and I've been a business development consultant since 1998. Give me a call so I can help you.